I had just transferred $15,000 to pay for her yoga instructor certification program, money she needed by Friday to secure her spot, when my sister sent me a screenshot of my girlfriend's bridal registry at Crate and Barrel, listed under her name and her ex-boyfriend's. Hey friends, please subscribe and turn on notifications, like this video, and leave a comment with your impressions. This will be a great help. Thank you. We never tire of reminding you. It's all thanks to you. Nashville in mid-August sits under the kind of heat that makes the asphalt shimmer and the cicadas scream. Humidity thick enough to swim through. The Cumberland River moving slow and murky. Everyone ducking between air-conditioned spaces like they're running for cover. I'm 41, spent the past 13 years as a senior accountant for a healthcare management company downtown. The kind of work where precision matters and one misplaced decimal can cascade into serious problems. Numbers don't lie if you're reading them correctly, and I've built a career on catching what other people miss. Aubrey is 32, works as a yoga instructor at a boutique studio in East Nashville while building her private practice. Energetic, always talking about mindfulness and breath work and the healing power of movement, constantly showing me photos of her classes and the community she was building. We'd been together for 2 years and 1 month, living together in a condo I owned in the Gulch for the past 13 months. Talked about the future in general terms, the kind of comfortable relationship where you assume you're on the same trajectory without necessarily mapping every detail. The certification program had been her big focus for the past 3 months. She wanted to become a certified yoga therapist, advanced training that would let her work with medical patients, physical therapy clients, people recovering from injuries or dealing with chronic conditions. The program was intensive, 9 months, required her to travel to workshops in Boulder, Colorado 4 times. Total cost, $15,000. She'd been stressed about the money. The program started in September. Deposit was due this Friday, August 16th. She didn't have $15,000. She'd been looking at payment plans, trying to figure out how to make it work, losing sleep over whether she could afford it. 3 weeks ago, I told her, I'll pay for it. This is important to your career. I can cover it. She'd cried. Said it was too much. She couldn't accept that kind of money. I'd insisted. We were building a future together. Investing in her career made sense for both of us. She'd finally agreed. We'd set it up, so I'd transfer the money directly to the certification program. $15,000, due by end of day Friday, August 16th, to hold her spot in the September cohort. That Wednesday afternoon, August 14th, I'd left work at 4 to go to my bank and set up the wire transfer. $15,000 from my savings account to the Rocky Mountain Yoga Therapy Institute. Got the confirmation number, forwarded it to Aubrey with a note. Payment confirmed. You're all set for September. Proud of you. She'd texted back immediately. I can't believe you did this for me. You're changing my life. I love you so much. Red heart. I was walking back to my car in the bank parking lot when my phone rang. My sister Lauren. Hey Lauren, what's up? Okay. Don't freak out. But I need to show you something, and I need you to not make any decisions until we talk about it. My stomach dropped. What's going on? Are you sitting down? I'm in a parking lot. What is it? I'm sending you a screenshot right now. Just sent it. Look at it, and then call me back. I opened my messages. Lauren had sent a screenshot from what looked like Crate and Barrel's website. A wedding registry page. Registry 4. Aubrey Chun and Grant Sullivan wedding date. October 12th. 2024 location, Nashville, Tennessee. The page showed a full registry, dishes, glasses, kitchen equipment, bedding, everything a couple setting up a household would need. Over 60 items, some already purchased by guests. I stared at it. Read the names again. Aubrey Chun, my girlfriend. Grant Sullivan, a name I knew. Her ex-boyfriend from her 20s. They dated for 4 years before breaking up when she moved to Nashville for a yoga teaching opportunity about 6 years ago. He'd stayed in Knoxville where they'd both lived. She'd mentioned him maybe 5 times total in 2 years. I called Lauren back. What is this? That's what I'm asking you. I was shopping for a wedding gift for my coworker, and I was browsing registries, and Aubrey's name came up. I clicked on it thinking maybe you two got engaged and didn't tell anyone. But then I saw the other name. Grant Sullivan. I Googled him. He's in Knoxville, works for a tech company. Is this real? I don't know. When was this registry created? It says created July 7th, last updated August 10th. 4 days ago. I felt sick. The wedding date says October 12th. 2 months from now. Grayson, what's going on? I just transferred $15,000 for her yoga certification program. Literally 20 minutes ago. Oh my God. Let me call you back. I sat in my car and opened my laptop. Always kept it with me for work. Pulled up Aubrey's Instagram. Her account was public for professional reasons. She posted about yoga classes and wellness content to attract clients. Scrolled through recent posts. Lots of yoga content, inspirational quotes, class schedules. Nothing about Grant. Nothing about a wedding. Checked her tagged photos. Found one from 3 weeks ago. Group photo at what looked like a bachelorette party. 6 women in matching shirts that said Aubrey's last namaste. All holding champagne glasses. Aubrey in the center wearing a white dress and a veil that said bride. The post was from an account I didn't recognize. Someone named it Emma Williams_Knoxville. Caption: Best weekend celebrating our girl. Can't believe she's getting married in October. Party popper bride with veil. Comments included congratulations from about 20 people. One comment from Grant's account: Beautiful bride. Can't wait to marry you. Red heart. Aubrey had replied to his comment with 3 heart emojis. I scrolled further. Found another post from 2 weeks ago. Photo of Aubrey and Grant at what looked like a venue tour. Beautiful outdoor space, string lights, clearly a wedding venue. Posted by an account called at Cedar Grove_events. Caption: So excited to host Aubrey and Grant's October wedding. This venue is going to be perfect for their special day. 2 hearts. I sat there trying to process. Aubrey had been planning a wedding to Grant for at least a month. Had a bachelorette party 3 weeks ago. Was getting married in 2 months. And I just paid $15,000 for her yoga certification program that started 3 weeks after her wedding. I drove home to our condo in the Gulch. Aubrey's car wasn't there. She taught evening classes on Wednesdays. Wouldn't be home until 8:30. I let myself in and started looking. First place I checked was her email. She stayed logged in on our shared iPad. Searched for Grant. Found hundreds of emails going back months. Opened the most recent ones. August 10th, from Grant. Venue confirmed. Cedar Grove has us locked in for October 12th. Deposit paid. This is really happening. I love you so much. Aubrey's response: I can't believe it's only 2 months away. I love you too. Can't wait to be your wife. Smiling face with hearts. August 7th, email from a wedding photographer. Hi Aubrey and Grant. Confirming your October 12th wedding photography package. Looking forward to capturing your special day. August 3rd, from a caterer. Menu tasting scheduled for August 24th for the Sullivan-Shin wedding. See you then. July 30th, from Grant. I know you're stressed about the yoga certification program. Don't worry about the money. Once we're married and you move back to Knoxville, we'll figure it out together. You don't need to do it right away. Aubrey's response: I know, but I really want to do it. It's important for my career. I'll figure out the money somehow. July 28th, Grant again. Have you told Grayson yet? I know it's hard, but you need to end things with him before the wedding. You can't keep living there. Her response: I will. I just need to wait for the right time. He's been so good to me, and I don't want to hurt him. But I know I need to do it soon. July 25th. Mom wants to know if we've finalized the guest list. She needs numbers for the venue. Can you send me your final list? I kept reading, going back through months of emails. The pattern was clear. June, Grant proposed. She said yes. They started planning a wedding. July, they booked a venue, hired a photographer, created a registry, sent save the dates to their families. August, she had a bachelorette party. They confirmed vendors. She was actively planning to marry him in October. And the entire time, she was living with me, sleeping in my bed, telling me she loved me, accepting $15,000 for a certification program. I found her photo backup on the cloud. We shared a family cloud storage plan. Opened her photo library. Found an album labeled Wedding Planning 2024. Over 300 photos. Venue tours. Dress shopping. She'd bought a wedding dress, had it altered, picked it up last week. Cake tastings. Flower selections. Photos with Grant at various Nashville and Knoxville locations. Clearly engagement photos. A folder within the album labeled Bachelorette Party. Dozens of photos from 3 weeks ago. Her with friends in Knoxville, all celebrating her upcoming wedding. Matching shirts, champagne, decorations that said bride-to-be. I took screenshots of everything. Every email, every photo, every piece of evidence. Saved them all to a separate folder. Then I checked our joint bank account. We'd opened one about a year ago for shared expenses. Current balance, $6,200. I'd contributed most of it over time since I made more. Scrolled through transactions. Found something from July 28th. Withdrawal of $1,200, ATM in Knoxville. Another from August 3rd, $800, same Knoxville ATM. Another from last weekend, $600, Knoxville again. She'd been making trips to Knoxville regularly, presumably to see Grant and work on wedding planning, and withdrawing cash so the charges wouldn't show up on our shared statement. I looked at the time. 6:15. Aubrey would be home in about 2 hours. I started making calls. First call was to my attorney, Richard Morrison. We'd worked together on my condo purchase and some contract reviews. Richard, I need to know about recovering a gift. I just transferred $15,000 to pay for my girlfriend's certification program. Just found out she's getting married to someone else in 2 months. Can I get the money back? When did you make the transfer? 2 hours ago. Wire transfer to the program administrator in Colorado. Call them immediately. If the funds haven't been processed into her account yet, you might be able to stop it. Wire transfers can sometimes be recalled within 24 hours if they haven't been completed. What if they've already processed it? Then it's legally a gift. Very hard to recover unless you can prove fraud, that she misrepresented material facts to induce the gift. The fact that she's engaged to someone else while accepting money from you could potentially qualify, but you'd need strong evidence, and it would be expensive to pursue. I have emails showing she's been planning this wedding for months while living with me and accepting my money. That helps. But Grayson, honestly, your best bet is to stop the transfer before it completes. Call that program right now. I pulled up the confirmation email from the Rocky Mountain Yoga Therapy Institute. Found their phone number. Called. Rocky Mountain Yoga Therapy Institute. This is Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I made a wire transfer this afternoon for $15,000 for Aubrey Chin's certification program deposit. I need to stop that transfer immediately. Oh, let me check. Yes, I see the transfer. It's pending but hasn't been credited to her account yet. Are you authorized to make changes to this payment? I'm the one who made the payment. From my bank account. I need to recall it. Can I ask why? Personal circumstances have changed. I need to stop the transfer. Let me speak with my supervisor. Can you hold? I held for about 3 minutes. Sarah came back. Mr. Brennan, my supervisor says we can reverse the wire transfer since it hasn't been processed yet. We'll send the reversal request to your bank. It should be back in your account within 3 to 5 business days. Thank you. Please do that immediately. Processing it now? You'll get a confirmation email within the hour. I hung up and immediately called my bank to confirm they'd received the reversal request. They had. The $15,000 would be back in my account by Monday. Next, I started packing Aubrey's things. Everything that was clearly hers: yoga mats, blocks, props, her clothes, toiletries, books. Worked methodically for 90 minutes. Filled 12 boxes. Stacked them all by the front door. Then I changed the Wi-Fi password, removed her access code from the smart lock, took her key off my keyring. At 8:40, I heard her key in the lock. Heard her try it. Realized it didn't work. Heard her knock. I opened the door. She was in her yoga teaching clothes, looking tired and sweaty from class. Saw the boxes behind me. Her face went confused. Grayson? Why doesn't my key work? What's with the boxes? Come in. We need to talk. She came in cautiously. Saw all her things packed. What's going on? I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshot Lauren had sent, turned it toward her. What is this? She looked at the screen. All color drained from her face. That's your wedding registry. You and Grant Sullivan. Getting married October 12th. 2 months from now. Grayson, I can explain. When did Grant propose? Silence. Aubrey, when did he propose? June. Early June. And you said yes. She nodded, tears starting. You've been planning a wedding for 2 months. Had a bachelorette party 3 weeks ago. Booked a venue, hired vendors, bought a wedding dress. All while living here with me. I was going to tell you. When? Before or after I paid $15,000 for your yoga certification? That's not. I wasn't trying to. I saw the emails. Grant told you to end things with me before the wedding. You said you would when the time was right. But you waited until after I transferred the money, didn't you? No, I didn't plan it that way. You accepted $15,000 from me this afternoon. Your wedding is in 2 months. You've been planning it for 3. You timed this perfectly. Get my money. then tell me you're leaving. She was fully crying now. I do love you. I'm so confused. I love Grant, but I love you too, and I didn't know what to do. You knew exactly what to do. You chose Grant. You said yes when he proposed. You planned a wedding. You had a bachelorette party. You bought a dress. You made your choice months ago. You just didn't tell me because you wanted my money first. That's not fair. What's not fair is you living in my condo, sleeping in my bed, telling me you love me while planning to marry someone else. What's not fair is accepting $15,000 for a program that starts 3 weeks after your wedding to another man. What do you mean accepting? You already paid. I canceled the wire transfer. Called the institute 2 hours ago. The money's coming back to my account. Her face went white. You can't do that. I need that certification. Then Grant can pay for it. Your future husband, the man you're actually marrying. He doesn't have that kind of money. That's why I needed you to. She stopped, realizing what she'd just said. That's why you needed me to pay for it. Because Grant couldn't. So you used me for the money while planning to marry him. She started sobbing. I didn't mean it like that. Your things are packed. Take them and go. Where am I supposed to go? Knoxville. To Grant. Your fiancé. The man you're marrying in 2 months. I can't just move to Knoxville right now. I have classes to teach. I have a lease here. You don't have a lease here. I own this condo. Your name's not on anything. You've been a guest. And now you're leaving. Grayson, please. You had a bachelorette party 3 weeks ago. You're getting married in 2 months. You've made your choice. Live with it. She tried everything over the next 3 hours. Said she'd call off the wedding. Said she'd choose me. Said the thing with Grant was a mistake, that she'd been confused, that she realized now what she really wanted. Offered to pay me back somehow. I didn't argue. Just kept pointing at the boxes. Around midnight, she finally called Grant to come get her. I heard her on the phone, crying, telling him what happened, asking him to drive to Nashville tonight to help her move. He arrived around 2 a.m. I watched from the window as he and Aubrey loaded boxes into his car. He looked angry, kept gesturing at her, clearly upset. They argued in the parking lot for about 20 minutes before finally finishing the loading and leaving. I went to bed in my quiet condo. Slept better than I had in months. The contact attempts started the next day. Thursday, Grant called from an unknown number. Grayson, this is Grant Sullivan. Aubrey told me what happened. I want you to know I didn't know you were still together. She told me you two had broken up in May. She told you we broke up in May. Yes. She said she was staying in Nashville to finish out work commitments, but we were planning her move to Knoxville for after the wedding. She's been living with me the entire time, sharing my bed, taking trips to Knoxville on weekends, and telling me she was visiting friends or going to yoga workshops. Long silence. She told me she was staying with a friend, that she'd given up her apartment. She was living in my condo, rent-free, using my resources, planning a wedding to you while pretending to build a life with me. Jesus Christ. Did you know I paid for her yoga certification? What? No. She told me she was taking out a loan for that. She asked me to pay for it. $15,000. I transferred it Wednesday afternoon. Found out about the wedding 2 hours later. Canceled the transfer. Fuck. She told me last night you canceled it out of spite. I canceled it because I'm not paying $15,000 for the education of someone who's marrying another man in 2 months. I don't even know what to say. Are you still marrying her? Long pause. I don't know. My family is furious. They think she's been using both of us. I don't know what to believe anymore. Believe the wedding registry. Believe the bachelorette party photos. Believe the emails where she told you she'd end things with me when the time was right. She made a choice. You. She just wanted my money too. I'm sorry you got caught up in this. You're marrying her. You're the one who should be sorry for yourself. I blocked the number. Friday, Aubrey's best friend Kelly called. Grayson, Aubrey is devastated. She's staying with Grant's parents in Knoxville, and they're treating her terribly. Can you please talk to her? Why would I talk to her? She made a mistake. She's confused. She doesn't know if she wants to marry Grant anymore. She had a bachelorette party 3 weeks ago. She bought a wedding dress. She had everything planned. She's only confused now because she got caught before she could execute her exit strategy. She really does love you. She loves my money. She loves Grant enough to marry him. Those aren't the same thing. Saturday, long email from Aubrey. Subject, please read this. Detailed explanation of being torn between two lives, of Grant proposing and her saying yes without thinking, of getting swept up in wedding planning, of not knowing how to tell me, of planning to end things but not finding the right time, of the $15,000 not being about the money but about the certification. I replied with one line. You had a bachelorette party while living in my condo. That's all I need to know about your intentions. Set up filter to archive her emails. By early September, I was completely reset. The condo felt like mine again. I'd repainted her former yoga space, turned it into a home office, sold her fancy yoga props she'd left behind, donated the money to a yoga nonprofit, started taking a Thai cooking class, learned proper pad Thai technique, green curry from scratch, som tam that actually had the right balance. Found the precision of the recipes meditative. Work stayed busy. End of fiscal year meant lots of audits and projections. The focus helped. Late September, I ran into Kelly at a Titans tailgate. We had mutual friends. Grayson, hi. How are you? Good, Kelly. You? I'm okay. I don't know if you heard, but Aubrey and Grant broke up. The wedding's canceled. I absorbed that. When did that happen? About 2 weeks ago. Grant's family convinced him to call it off. They found out about the whole situation with you and decided she wasn't trustworthy. She's back in Nashville now, trying to find a place to live and rebuild her teaching schedule. That's rough. She lost everything. You, Grant, the wedding. Her savings went to non-refundable wedding deposits. She's basically starting over. Choices have consequences. You seem like you're doing really well, though. I am. Really well. Early October, I was at a farmer's market in East Nashville, buying vegetables for a Thai curry I was planning to make, when I saw Aubrey. She was there alone, looking at produce, wearing clothes I didn't recognize. She saw me, froze, then walked over. Grayson. Hi, Aubrey. How are you? I'm good. You? I'm managing. Teaching classes at a few different studios, trying to build back my client base. I heard the wedding got canceled. Grant's family hated me. Once they found out I'd been living with you while engaged to him, they made sure he understood what kind of person I was. That sounds difficult. I lost everything. You, Grant, $15,000 in wedding deposits I can't get back. My reputation in the yoga community. Everyone knows what I did. That's unfortunate. She looked at me directly, tears forming. Do you hate me? No. I don't feel anything about you. You're just someone I used to know who tried to use me for money. She flinched. I deserve that. The certification program. Did you ever do it? No. I couldn't afford it without your help. Maybe someday. I hope you figure it out. She started to walk away, then turned back. The $15,000, I wasn't using you. I really did need it for my career. You needed it for your career that would continue after you married Grant and moved to Knoxville. You just didn't want to tell me that part. I was confused. You weren't confused. You were strategic. You timed the money request perfectly, get my payment, then tell me about the wedding. I just found out 3 hours too early. She didn't argue, just walked away. I bought my vegetables, drove home, made Thai green curry with careful attention to technique and timing. The condo smelled amazing. Later, I reviewed my budget and investment accounts. The $15,000 I'd gotten back was already reinvested. The shared expenses from the joint account had been reconciled and closed. Everything was clean. I didn't feel triumphant about Aubrey's situation. I felt clear about the decision I'd made. Working as an accountant had taught me that the numbers always tell the story if you're willing to look at them honestly. The wedding registry, the emails, the bachelorette party photos, those were the numbers. They told me exactly who Aubrey was and what she'd planned. I didn't feel vindicated. I felt whole. When your sister sends you a screenshot of your girlfriend's wedding registry to another man hours after you transferred $15,000 for her certification program, do you try to understand her confusion, or do you immediately stop the payment and remove her from your life? Share your perspective in the comments.